Greetings there, boarding crew. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to X4 Foundation's Rogue Pirate. Episode 11, Pillaging the Pillagers. Okay, I'm sending Brody to go re-up Marines. Because that boarding action... Apparently, I hired the most incompetent boarders ever. That this boarding action isn't even going well either. Oh, what the hell?
Explosion imminent.
Yeah, get me the hell away from this. They blew it up. And I don't want it blowing up on me and taking me out, too. Okay, Krieg.
Nemesis, Vanguard.
Once you sit down, I'm going to order you to rendezvous with the Emmy. And to drop your Marines off to the Emmy. Assuming that the Emmy actually loses this fight. I mean, it's possible that they don't, but it's not looking awesome. And yeah, good job. You, like, blew up a giant treasure boat that I wanted, but okay. Lie in wait. Yeah, I took too long. And the local PD eventually was like, oh, okay, well, we'll just intervene.
Entering system. No,
we'll just stick our nose where it ain't wanted.
Pelican, Sentinel.
Stage is still in progress. Boarding resistance is really low. I think we're actually going to win this. We're just killing off service crew at this point. Our initial losses were the Marines that were on board, and now it's just like all service members. So as you can see, our Marines are just like going deck to deck, murdering the rest of the service crew. Just like, boom, you're dead, boom, you're dead, boom, you're dead. Because, like, they've just killed 30 crew without losing a single Marine, so the remaining Marines are just, like, kicking down doors and murdering people. Meaning that this board is going to work. I'm almost certain of it. No, we lost one Marine, but still. It does look like it will favor us.
Awaiting orders.
Oh, Krieg's here. And stage complete. We own this Pelican. Alright, transfer crew with Pelican? What? They're all recruits still? Freaking hell. Alright, so I brought the recruits back on the Emmy. So now we have 3 Marines on the Emmy. I'm gonna get up from the seat of the Emmy, go to Krieg, and tell the Emmy to go dock with the wharf. Do you want me to continue working on piracy? That's up to you. And then selecting the Pelican, I'm gonna, let's sell it to the Paranids. I have the best rep with the Paranids. So go to the Paranid shipyard, sell ship at, and sell the ship for 5.3 million. Yeah. Piracy pays. Alright. Knowing that, like, you're probably going to want piracy eventually, what I'm going to do here is buy a turn Vanguard, min spec with a travel 3 drive, but only tier 1 shields, a turret. I guess this isn't min spec anymore. With 20 Marines. Add. Confirm. And then buy a medium. Turn Vanguard. Min spec with a travel 3. Level 1 shields. Pulse turret. All software packages. And 20 Marines. Now the Talati Wharf can only make one of these. It doesn't have the hull plates for both, but I can tell this Vanguard to go buy hull parts from this factory and sell it to the wharf so that we can fulfill the shortages. Which means I'm getting 2 new turn ships. So in total, I'll have 20, 40, 60, 68, 72 Marines ready to board. Up from 32. So our boarding power is orders of like a full order of magnitude better. Because oh, someone already delivered the hull plates. With that said, we have need of another giveaway. Because I have 2 more ships to name. And then when it is not time for these turns to do anything, we can have them trade for HQ or do local sector trades or whatever else, because they are trade ships. We're just using them to board. Is there a way to train Marines? Yeah, you fight with them. You have them go do stuff. And win. The problem is we did a lot of losing till we finally had 1 win. Another thing to do, where am I right now, is to get more satellites so I can pick up more targets. So right now we are on the Krieg, and Krieg has a full complement of Marines. Yes. So Krieg, go back to HQ and fly and wait there. So Krieg is resetting for more piracy. Big Brody is heading over to the wharf to top up on Marines. Emmy is heading over to the wharf to top up on Marines. And then both of my new Vanguards are going to wait in the middle of this sector. To be issued orders to go do things. I do see a skill plate here, but it's not a high value target. I'm only going after high value. And it looks like you want me to continue piracy. So let's do it right. Now that I have an actual like boarding crew. What we need to do is we need to find a juicy target. So as I have all my pawns moving from position to position, I'll be looking for probably freighters, but at this point I could definitely board a warship too, with 72 Marines jumping. The other thing I want Emmy to do is maybe to buy some more, upgrade. Oh my god, your travel drives can even get better? That's ridiculous. Sell your dumbfire missiles, buy some more advanced sats. There. Alright, looking for piracy targets. Seems to be that is the popular option. Scale plate Minotaur, but it's not a big one. A Heron just left, but it was Talati. Krieg, you don't have any... No civilian deployables. So only Emmy is going to have civilian deployables, that's fine. Alright, Brody, do you have, I think, probably all your Marine complements? You do? So fly and wait here. So now I have 60 Marines flying to the center of Grand Exchange 1, ready to go. Just looking for... yep, there's another pirate. Looking for a spicy target that is worth boarding. Because these are mediums, so they're not boardable. And they're not worth much as a result. We want like a scale plate Heron, for instance, would be really tasty. Or Pelican, something like that. Or one of their warships. I'm not choosy. I don't see any of them like that. And that's why I'm buying the satellites, so that we can deploy Yeah, there's 2 Minotaur Raiders and there's 3 Minotaur Raiders here. But none of them are trade ships. Krieg, what are you... I'm like sitting on your ship and you're like doing the weirdest maneuvers I've ever seen. Alright, Emmy is now done resupplying. And the raffle.
Entering.
We've got
Nobelius
Nabla.
Fortune 6.
And we've got Wishbringer.
Entering system. Grand exchange.
What is Emmy doing now? Holding position? You have all your Marines, correct? Yep. Alright, don't hold position. Land wait here. Now, I don't necessarily need to operate only out of Grand Exchange space. It's just I would think that maybe getting a actually, Emmy, I'm gonna have you fly here. It's probably easiest to patrol that area just because it's near home and teleportable and all that jazz. So I'm going to have Emmy go to the skill plate base, pirate base, and deploy some satellites. So I have better visibility there, and then deploy satellites around this gate exit.
Awaiting orders.
And we'll be able to find more targets. So the current priority is search for boarding targets. So objects lists. I also wouldn't mind if there's a juicy Zyarth large ship, trade ship, I'll do that too. How do you take over a sector? You build defense platforms in the sector and have more defense platforms than anyone else has. Or to build a defense platform and destroy everyone else's. And then you'll own the sector. So there's a Minotaur Raider here. And that is it. In here there is nothing. Oh, there's a Minotaur Raider as well. I can also just like troll the Minotaur Raiders. And then the other thing I had mentioned earlier is to stuff a bunch of trade goods in the ship to make the ship worth more. And in being worth more, it becomes attractive to raiders so that, like, I'm defending myself rather than attacking. So I'll go buy, like, Claytronics or something with Emmy to fill Emmy up with expensive trade goods to be a juicy target for enemies to attack. Because that's a viable option to attract raiders. How is our diplomacy network going? We need 3 more advanced electronics. Is any getting delivered by a third party? Because I don't have anyone actively buying that stuff. Property owned. No. Well, okay. Emmy, are you where I want a satellite? Oh no, I'm on Krieg. Emmy, are you not yet. Little entrapment? Yes, just a little.
Entering Grand Exchange. Free.
Oh, the satellite. So I could. No, it's gliding. Okay, it covers the pirate base because it glided to a resting spot. Let me go down here. The other thing I could do, another good place for satellites is the scale plate facilities over here. I have this spaceweed farm already got eyes on it, but the other ones over there would be good too, because I know that their trade ships, you know, basically wiretapping all of their trade ships is going to be ideal. So we have Wishbringer and Krieg waiting. Where are the others? Why are they? Nabla and Brody are flying. Okay. That was a Zyarth, but it's a medium ship. Once I have the satellite network up, it will like pay for itself very quickly. So, deploy sat. Then Emmy. Let's have you go to Nepilios' Fortune 2 and deploy some satellites. One at the gate, and then one at the, and then like one per station. Oh, here's a another pillage raider. So yeah, we're definitely spotting them before they can get out from under our radar. We're finding them. We just need to find one that's like worth attacking. But with our satellite network, we've got quite the list. Oh, here's Nabla. So, hey, Wishbringer, I'm gonna have you
Entering Grand Exchange.
trade for commander, while the other two are just gonna hang out and wait for boarding. I don't need a bunch of subordinate traders. I also think probably tapping these stations as well, because the scale plate like to raid traders, so having satellites where the trade stations are is really helpful. With that in mind, maybe putting another satellite here, so I can see these stations to make sure that there isn't scale plate like... Oh, you jumped.
Entering system. Nopalia's Fortune.
Okay. I didn't want to, but fine. We'll do this one first, then. I think I just had so much forward momentum that telling Emmy to stop was too late.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, so Nabla, Big Brody, and Krieg are all waiting around with, what would that be, 48 Marines ready to go? And then Wishbringer is, like, just buying the last few things I need for Diplomacy Network.
2.
And then we'll also be waiting for boarding. Emmy is deploying satellite networks to tap Nepilios so that I have more knowledge of targets. This rate I'll run out of satellites. That's worth it. Enemy AI do a really, honestly, piss poor job of like cleaning up satellites. So if you deploy a whole bunch of them, they generally don't get destroyed. Unless it's like Xenon, you know, or someone else that's like shoot on sight. Scale plate isn't shoot on sight with me, so they're mostly leaving mine alone.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, they're sitting there. Cool. And we're spotting a whole lot of them. We've got eyes on a whole bunch of pillagers and marauders and plunderers. We just want boarding targets, not bail targets. Here's another one. Yeah, even most enemies will just ignore satellites. Xenon doesn't, though. Xenon, like, destroys everything. Oh, here's a trade ship. Skill plate trade ship. That I can intercept. It's a Vulture Vanguard. And it might have some trade goods that it would bail out or something. But it's a simple transporter. It's not the big one, though. Which is what we're really looking for. So, we're dropping a bug at the snail farm. And hopefully, we'll pick something up. And then I can also have Emmy buy something expensive to put in the holds to encourage raiders to seek me out. That's the last thing I've yet to do. Here's another pillager. Yeah, they're definitely kind of all over. If you're looking, skill plate has a lot of ships in all corners, and it's not just this corner. I mean, there's other scale plate bases of operation. This is the closest one. Alright, what's parked here? Nope. Not a skill ship. Okay, I'm telling Emmy to follow the trade ship that we spotted. There's also a possibility of harassing a trade ship until it calls SOS for attack ships. So partially attacking the trade ship and harassing it to call in backup, and then having, then board the backup. Basically a reverse Uno. While I wait, I'm gonna have Krieg get some advanced satellites, and get his travel drive back. And maybe combat drives. It's expensive, but it's worth having, 2 warships better than 1. Ah, for a second I thought that was another scale plate. That would have been a heron to, yeah, that would have been juicy. But no, it's not. I think probably yeah, it had landed. But we're gonna stock it. Alright, checking in on Wishbringer and Wishbringer's trades. Wishbringer is buying the last 3 advanced electronics, and we'll have that delivered in just a moment. Better guns? I can't quite afford like a full complement of better guns, so I'm not going to bother buying a partial set. I'll just wait. I essentially want enough liquidity in the account to be able to bankroll buying more Marines without having to, like, liquidate my assets. Oh, Brody, you getting what is... Okay, hold on. Dock and wait. There's nothing on Brody that would cause local PD to be a problem. But rather than waiting out in open space, I can have him dock and wait. I don't know why he was radioing me, but I'm sure he was getting scanned. And he was informing me he was being scanned by local PD. Again, I'm not smuggling anything illegal yet. So there's no reason for the local PD to... There's no, like, false positives or harassment or anything concept like that. All right, time for me to captain.
Envoy. Vulture. Vanguard.
Stop your attack immediately.
I don't think I will. Oh, let's scan you. What you got?
Vulture. Vanguard.
If you're gonna keep shooting me with those stupid guns.
I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, I figured. Now, there is a meta to have them bail, but I'm not really trying to get anyone to bail. Because the real if you really want anyone to bail, you need to be flying a small ship. Because pilots won't bail for big ships, for the most part. Like, there's a small chance, but not one that, like, I intend to try to take. I'm just gonna blow this thing up. This is because you're annoying.
Container.
Data fragments, mixed fruit,
Ammunition container.
missiles.
Ammunition container. Container. Ammunition container.
Really not much of anything of value, but that's fine. I was doing it to send a message to Scaleplate that I'm the new smuggler in town. Oh, here we go! A plunderer. Perfect!
Autopilot. Engaged.
Yeah. Let's save first. We're about to cut our teeth on some juicy. Alright. Hitting pause. I'm gonna have Wishbringer complete his trade. Oh, I think Wishbringer did complete the trade. Research. No, not quite. So I'm gonna wait until Wishbringer completes the trade, because it's, there's no reason to, like, cut that out right now. But Big Brody, remove all orders and assignments, and fly here. Krieg, Nabla, remove all orders and assignments, and fly here. Krieg, I don't need you for this. I don't think. Well, it depends on how much crew they have on the ship,
Autopilot.
but I'm gonna guess I won't need it.
Disengaged. Phoenix. E.
So this Phoenix is traveling at like 2 kilometers a second. So I'm definitely going to need to, like, shoot down intercept. Luckily, my travel drives have me going faster than its possible top speed. And this is what I was saying, that it's really sometimes helpful to have travel drives, because this thing is moving at 3,500. So if I had non-travel drives, I wouldn't be able to catch it to break it out of travel drive. Right? It would have ran away from me, and I would have lost the opportunity. But luckily, I'm faster, and it can't outrun me, so... You're in my sights. Wow, it's moving at 6 kilometers. Yeah, I'm so happy that I am faster. And this is exactly why I was saying travel drives can be useful for piracy. Because as soon as you land a hit, you knock them out of travel.
Engine.
And then it's all over. Alright. Your turrets are not hurting me much, but they're kind of annoying, so let's take them out.
Shield generator. Phoenix. Shield generator.
No, I don't need your shield gen. Well, whatever.
Turret. Defense drone. Phoenix. E.
It's those big turrets that are hurting. It's fine. I should have stayed right behind it so it couldn't hit me with the big guns. But it's all good. I'll just take another pass. And it's not an agile ship, so it's going to have a hard time keeping up with my destruction. Actually, I'm going to park behind it again. Generally, for most ships, right behind is like a blind spot.
We're taking hits.
Turret.
There we go. Big turret gone.
Phoenix. Turret.
Smaller turret's gone. I think the big turret on the other wing is probably still active, so I got to be careful about that because I wouldn't want it hitting me. My shields are down to like a quarter. And then there's one up top. Is this turret still? Yeah, this turret's still intact.
Phoenix. E.
Come on, let me target the subsystem. I hate when it does that.
Turret.
There it goes. There's a way to select the ship and then individually target subsystems. I just usually don't do that unless it's absolutely necessary. Unless it's like life or death if I don't. So now I think most of its guns are gone, or at least the big ones, the dangerous ones. So we'll take out the engines, run a scan, see what kind of crew we're dealing with, and whittle its hull down to boardable percent. And another scale plate ship will be mine.
Danger.
Just gotta love, like, generic danger messages. Alright, you ain't moving anywhere.
E.
Let's do the scan.
Something hit us.
21 crew. If I go to board, it says I have taken out all turrets. So, my own turret's off.
Repair drone. Phoenix. E.
Now it did hustle. We had to chase it, so I'm gonna need to reissue orders for my boarders to rendezvous with me proper, because they're not in the right zip code anymore. And then Wishbringer's probably all set too. Meaning research is... Alright, yep, researching is moving. So I think what I want to do is I want to bring all Marines to board. Basically, I'm going to swamp the crap out of this thing. So everyone's coming. Wishbringer, did you get your... No, you haven't done your trade yet, I don't think. Travel Engine 1, yeah. You haven't done it yet. You're still changing equipment. Alright. Fast forwarding time. Waiting for backup to arrive. How long is it going to take for you to change your equipment, dude? I might need to teleport over to... Here, let's try this again. Krieg. Upgrade. Travel drive. Combat thrusters. Consumables. Advanced satellites. There's not enough advanced satellites on this station. Ah, I see. That's why. Forget the advanced satellites then. Confirm work. That's what he was waiting on. There wasn't enough scanning parts to do advanced satellites. Krieg only contributes a small fraction of the total Marines, 8 of 72. So I don't really need to wait for Krieg. And I think for the sake of time, I won't. Because we have all 3 boarding turns basically here.
Phoenix, E.
Yeah, I'll bring the hull to 79 now. I was just waiting for the other ships because of the incidental damage that I occasionally do to it when taking out its engines. All right, hull 79. You follow Alpha.
Joining squad.
You follow Alpha.
Joining squad.
While you're moving, it's too hard to click that. You remove. Follow Alpha.
Joining squad.
Board. Oh boy. Launch it weak. Launch it very strong. Apparently it can only attack with 44 at a time because of size constraints, but that's fine. Now, it's likely to be a bit of a tie, but I have multiple
You have now
tips.
completed all required research and obtained the necessary certifications to engage in diplomatic affairs at the embassy. I look forward to your contributions to interstellar relations.
Cool. So we have the diplomacy network and an embassy on
I hope
our
this
player
finds
HQ
you
now.
well. With your newly acquired expertise, you may now invite diplomats from friendly factions to your headquarters.
All right, the ships that dumped all the Marines, I'm gonna have go re-up. So Wishbringer still has a ship full of Marines.
Keep an eye out for sensors.
Big Brody,
Awaiting orders.
I think probably the Parented Wharf is closer now. Go re-up Marines, because I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of losses.
Awaiting orders.
I thought how many? Why do we only have 24 boarding? Dang it. Well, that sucks. No, I'm attacking with 44. Okay. So where'd that 44 come from? 20 came from Big Brody. Oh, 8 came from me, and the remainder came from Nabla. Okay. So Nabla, you are going to remove all assignments and go get more Marines. Okay, yeah, the math checks out. And then Wishbringer, you have a full complement of Marines. So you are going to transfer your Marines to Emmy. 8 of them. And then go buy more Marines. Hire. Technically, hire. Hire more Marines. I treat them as a trade good, though. Okay. So now Krieg and I are sitting here, waiting for this boarding action to go through, and all 3 turn vanguards are going to go re-up their Marines to full, and Krieg and I both have full Marines as well. So now it's just a waiting game of boarding.
Formation. Stay in formation. Stay in formation. Stay in formation.
There is a boarding pod which is kind of like stuck.
Follow that course.
We were hit.
And I'm a little worried that it's like not gonna find its way to where it needs to be. I mean, it's literally right here. I'm staring at it. I'm like kind of tempted to shoot it myself because it's like pending. It's like trying to attack, but it can't quite.
Stay in formation.
Chat, if you ever run into this situation, is a save and load the right thing to do? Is blowing up my own raiders so that they're not like pending the right thing to do? Waiting it out? What do you think?
Phoenix, E.
Oh, you know what I could do? I could go out of sector. Out of sector calculations might work. That usually will work. So, who's furthest from the action? Nabla? Alright, we'll teleport to Nabla and see if that works. When you're in sector, physics apply.
Entering system.
Yeah, it worked.
Keep an eye out for
The moment I
sensors.
was out of sector, it was fine. So what ended up here to explain is when you're in sector, you're actually calculating the
Entering
physics and the
system.
collisions and all that,
Nobility
and as soon as you're out of sector, physics and collisions are no longer calculated. So that boarding pod just like finished. And all I had to do was teleport out, teleport in, and we're done.
Phoenix, E.
Alright. They are doing the infiltration now. Sweet.
Awaiting orders.
Thank you for tuning in to X4 Foundation's Rogue Pirate, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow pirates.